guess the answer. It's been a long time since I last uploaded a video and actually spoke, but oh, guess this is late. And I can use my link on this to go. Yeah. So it's been a while since I last spoke, and content, as you know, for me has been a little bit slow due to finally moving out of home, finally getting my learner's license so I can finally drive. Though, in terms of future content, I will be hopefully uploading more. It's just when I get the free time to do so. Oh god, the gun loss with tears scene is just too hilarious. Oh no. I think they say that comes off the inclusive. Tears, please take advantage and leave them. Adrenaline. Oh no. Oh god, she's taken. It's a little it's trying to be in that cat way before the horse. That's a nice idea. Someone interested. I have to get a little bit about that. I'm not interested. I just want my idea to come, yes? Okay, that's what we're gonna will die crying. Oh no. Oh no. No more. I wish now who became a queen. Please wait, please come back right there. Dude, you made her run away. That's why. Oh, you made her rage quit. I need to move some people into there. One person I need to get. Oh, you go over here. Which reminds you that the attack line. I think you need to level up. But anyway, recently there's been. Oh no, it's until Queen Terrace's retired. Oh no. My dog is just being too pushy, that's all. I'll come back, I'll be able to still get through to her. Oh no. Oh, Gongo's really messed up. But anyway, back to the subject at hand. You guys remember the boxing fight that Wings and Boogie apparently had? Anyone else besides me thought it was fixed? I mean, if you look at the content from Boogie and Wings and the fact that Boogie was training a lot, and yet when it came to the fight, he didn't throw any punches or dodge any of Wings' punches at all, which is weird because Boogie even sent his training progress to Wings to say that he's gonna knock him out in the ring and all this smack talk, etc, etc. And yet, in terms of the detractors that I sometimes watch out of curiosity, he and Wings still got paid for the said fight. Sure, it was like 10k each, but again, if you're going to talk smack to someone, show the evidence of yourself training, and then when it came to the fight, not throwing any punches or blocking or dodging said punches from your opponent, that's when things get a little bit sketchy. Like the introduction to the fight was like, you know how that one Family Guy skit where Peter's at a game and there's like two women bumping their chests against each other and arguing about to cause a fight, and the wrong person at the said place gets kicked out and not the two that are causing the issue. To me, it kind of felt like that, and in a weird kind of way. And the boxing fight also made me feel like Boogie was trying to pull off a Simpsons episode where Homer is in boxes everybody in Moe's Tavern and then tries to fight Drederick Tatum by doing absolutely nothing. It was like Boogie was trying to pull Luigi wins by doing absolutely nothing, but again got his butt kicked by Wings, who, no offense to his history of disturbing things that he has said in the past that apparently people believe is now a redemption arc, which to me is still meant to be seen, because sure, you had a boxing match with another YouTuber, yeah, that's great, but how is doing that to earn money that you still eBay for online to people anyway going to change anything? It's not going to change things that you've already said and done in the past that you will continue to try and twist, turn, and say that people are taking it out of context, etc., etc. And to Boogie, who, again, I'm confused on how he said one stage he was gonna knock Wings out, and then completely backfire on that. With months of training, to somehow it mean absolutely nothing, meaning Wings gets some sort of victory, but at the same time, that's not gonna stop how things he said, but he believes was like many years ago to like recently, will still affect him and others to this day. Yet, what bugs me more is if it was a real boxing match, I don't believe Wings would have actually won, because, no offense to the guy, when does Geordie Jordan, Richard J actually do any type of physical exercise besides mostly streaming and trying to get the funds for whatever bills or food taxes or whatever it is that he's trying to weasel out of this community? Again, if Wings apparently did do some training, but to me, I don't believe it was enough, in my opinion. I mean, the guy's already over what was believed to be over 400 pounds, but at the same time, it just feels very bizarre for two guys to have a boxing match, one doing all the work, and yet Wings doing very little training, and yet somehow getting a W over Boogie, who's just as much as as much as taking L as any other related lolcow or person that tries to e-bag, tries to throw their personal life and other things into the mix just to somehow manipulate, make a quick buck, and try and do what they want to do. And with Keemstar and how the boxing match felt like such a waste of time. It felt like it was like we're watching a WWE boxing fighting match. It felt staged. It doesn't feel like it was really a real boxing match. It didn't feel real or legit to me, because if one person said that they've done all the training, will easily win this, can do whatever it is to beat the person in his own personal game, again, it just makes me believe, how can you say that you have the power to beat said person, do the training for it, and somehow be unable to knock out a person that's at least over 400 pounds and yet doesn't do much weightlifting, etc. besides stream just to eat big while playing first-person shooters, Diablo 2, Elden Ring, and other games that has been repeated over and over and over again, with his community asking him the same questions and him reacting to said content that he keeps trying to twist and spin the narrative on whatever it is that he wants to think is believable. And even with Keen trying to help the situation with Wings being a very unfortunate fellow in terms of him being into the younger generation, it still feels there could have been more that King could have done besides the whole let's get two YouTubers to box each other and have so much money for them to gain out of it that I believe both are just gonna waste instantly. If it was like with Darkseid, if it was like Darkseid Field and you just decided to have him do a boxing match, again, I don't think it would last very long either, because everybody knows how e-beggars and scammers are. They get the money, they waste it on vacations and other stuff, and then when they run out of money and they don't know what to do with it, they're just gonna say that they ran out of money because said bills were too high, or use random excuses from, apparently, said wifeful person's car tire was stolen, I need to randomly pay over $4,000. Or, again, if they're already addicted to gambling or whatever it is that they like to do anyway, they'll just spend it on gambling, drugs, or whatever it is that they like, because it gives them endorphins and happiness to gamble anyway. But it's just, the fight was weird. Sure, it was a little bit funny at times when Boogie randomly said to Wings, I have fans too, and the audience that was there to witness the said fight was very quiet about it. It's, again, very just felt it was very cringy and just very stale. Like, there could have been more to make it entertaining, but of course it's Keem. I mean, if he can randomly have his own YouTube channel and business for Drama Alert, so he can twist and spin YouTube's contradictive and really messed up rules and terms of service anyway. Again, there's very little many people can do about it, especially when Keem is pretty much going to milk the whole YouTube boxing other content creators thing to the ground, even though Keem can probably find other ways to make over like millions and millions of dollars in views and say, oh, this person has changed because look at how much he's done in the past several months. He boxed this person, he knocked this guy out. Does that mean he's a good person because of all the things he's done in the past, from disturbing comments and laughing at other strange and disturbing things that other people can see is very disturbing to messed up? But that's really for you guys to give your opinion and criticism on. If you like the person, that's on you. But when it comes to evidence being shown from not just the detractors side, but from everything online. It makes you wonder, can you actually trust anybody? Can you actually trust Wings again? Can you actually trust Keem? Because, again, the fight felt very fixed. It just didn't feel very legit. Sure, to others it felt entertaining because it was pretty much two husky individuals pretty much trying to knock each other out like the knock 'em stuck of robot toys. But again, it wasn't much of a fight. Boogie didn't really do anything. He just stood there like Homer Simpson versus Dredrick Trading, and things pretty much just had the easiest time ever just knocking him out. And to me, I ask if it was a fair fight and they were both allowed to fight each other, and Boogie was actually able to remember his training and how to punch, dodge, and everything else, I still would believe that that Boogie would have lost. I should say Boogie would have won and Wings would have lost, but still, the fact that he did nothing and gave himself the L and Wings the W just feels really weird. I mean, in terms of boxing, you have to like train every day, body and mind, as well as hearing and your other senses, because again, boxing can be a very deadly sport. It can legit kill you, and yet this is Boogie. He stood there and took punches. If Wings legit punched him as hard as he could and knocked him out, or legit could have killed the guy, would he still have gained the said money that Keem promised both of them? Would both Boogie and Wings still have any type of redemption arc or any general respect for the community that other people and critiques and people with a different opinion and agenda would actually provide and share? It's just, again, I'd rather have a fight where both people are able to throw punches, block, move around, but with Boogie not moving around, dodging, or even throwing a punch back, it just feels that he was informed to do nothing and just take the punches. All they allowed Boogie to do was talk smack and then get his butt whooped. Which, again, is weird. And yet now you have future-related, hopeful, maybe boxing content with, he wants to fight LTG. And yet almost everybody wants to knock out LTG because, personal reasons, racial reasons, political reasons, body-related type issues, and other reasons. It's just, again, if you're gonna have like a boxing match, actually make it fair. Actually have both sides able to actually fight for a real cause, not just for we're just boxing because we want money. We just want to fight for just for money that we're probably gonna waste and then eBay some more. So at the same time, it's like, congratulations, you gave said people said money, and yet you wasted your time wasting said money that you try to gain for said match, and then wasted even more time trying to make the fight interesting. And if there's anything worth mentioning, I don't think the fight was fair. It just felt really, really painful. The build up to it the training was okay. Don't get me wrong, but the build up to the fight just felt pointless. Not really worth my time or anyone's attention to really give it its fair shot because, again, Buggy just stood there and took the punches and got knocked out. So, in the end, there needs to be something better for the community besides YouTuber boxing matches and stuff like that, because eventually the same idea is going to be reused over and over again. It's just going to be pointless, and it's going to become stale and dry very quickly. And then we're going to need something different to entertain and also have more engagement on. I mean, sure, okay. YouTube is mostly all about whatever drama is going on gets the most views and attention and whatever. But YouTube isn't really all about drama, to be honest. It's more about building a community, more getting to know the community, actually gaining more skills and talents out of it, not just throwing random boxing matches, not just allowing people to get away with things that they've said to randomly get slipped under the rug because apparently throwing random boxing matches and other things is apparently a better idea to sweep off past, recent, or future related issues that will be dug out of the ground and be thrown into a video like this, for example. And it's just really... It's like, where do you see yourself in several years? Like for example, I can see Wings, LTG, DSP, and many other lolcows still doing what they do at the moment. Doesn't matter what type of event they get thrown in. Boxing, any type of sport or event or anything, they're still gonna be back at the same spot they were before. E-begging, lying, manipulating, guilt tripping, trying to make sure that you pretty much throw away all of your money, all of your attention on them, because apparently without people with money and ways of them making you pay them, even if it's to get a reaction of them to get mad at a game or something, again, eventually you guys are going to milk yourselves dry, and in the end you guys will become like the lolcows that yourselves and other people don't wish to see online. And at the same time, it's just sad. And as much as I believe e-begging should be a YouTube community guideline and rule, and for e-begging / guilt tripping and other related issues that people know from said people who are lolcows, racist, whatever, should be removed off the platform, because who in their right mind would want to be a part of a community like that? Sure, they stream and do content, but they always constantly ask you to pay them for said content. It's, again, it just feels disingenuous. It just feels wrong. It feels like every day you're just going to get scammed. It feels like when you get a random scam call number and or scam email, and you just suddenly feel like you just lost like several hundred thousands of dollars because you fell for a scam. These lolcows and people like LTG, DSP, Wings, Boogie, some call me Blade, and other related content creators, if they respected themselves and their content more than they think they should, they wouldn't be constantly asking you to donate to them constantly, or constantly ask for you to subscribe to their content just to get some random emojis or whatever, or random polls that they have only the creator of said poll has the power to choose what you wish to see, even though the poll mentions the vote that you wanted, but they play the opposite of what you wanted to see in the first place. It's just, well, it's just one of those times where if you want to see real content, then I would go elsewhere. Actually, find other streamers to show your appreciation and care for. And actually be careful with people that are lolcows or potential people who are also could be criminals, like, no offense, LTG. And possibly Wings of Redemption, just even with the said related videos and content where he has admitted to animal related chicken fights and other stuff like that again, he and others will say, oh, it's out of context this, I didn't say that, when again, coming out of the horse's mouth, it came out of your mouth, and there's video evidence to provide that. But yeah, in the end, if you wish to support people, that's on you. And at the same time, I'd rather donate to the people who actually know what their content actually means to you, followed by how much you appreciate them, not for just their personality, but how they are to you. If it's just a person that's just asking for donations and attention constantly, then that's not really a content creator. That's pretty much a person that's pretty much forever being a child, just begging for attention that he or she has never gained from a family or friend or whatever type of person is in their own lives. And yet you wonder why they suffer with the mental health, financial struggles, and other things that come up during their lives. In the end, if you wish to waste away your money and then become like them, you only have yourself to blame. But if you want to be generous, like say, for example, Mr. Beast, use that money to spread more happiness, not just to one person, but to many. Like, for example, donating to charity, that also helps. I mean, hell, I'm a person with type 1 diabetes, and yet people have donated to researchers to find a cure for type 1 diabetes because there isn't really a cure for it. And again, that would be great to not just one person, but many and thousands of people that have the same type of illness that can never be cured, like myself. And again, I'd rather donate to help people or animals out that can also help other people around the world out, not just helping someone because they want money to pay said bills or whatever because they're too lazy enough to gain an education or actually find a real job or actually spend time with friends and families because all they're doing is keeping themselves trapped in their own house, streaming all day, ignoring society and life around them, not taking breaks, and yet questioning why they can't seem to get over thousands of millions of dollars playing said games on day one or getting as much money on whatever reaction or animation or whatever talent or whatever it is that they have. And again, if people can't see what's wrong in terms of the content that's being provided, followed by the streamer or the content creator themselves, and who you are donating to and wasting your money away like your own life away, then again, who do you blame for that? The person that can't seem to get a job or fix any of his financial issues? Or yourself for getting so easily manipulated, guilt-tripped, and yet you're throwing away all of your money away, and then suddenly you're having financial problems, mental health issues, and other things to stack up on top of that. But again, that's how I feel about the whole Boogie versus Wings fight. It's how I feel in general in terms of lolcowism. I'll say lolcowism because there's plenty of it around, and again, if people are just gonna keep donating, even if it is to like troll or whatever, again, you're not making it any better. You're making them gain more out of your pocket just to say some text on the screen. That's all I will say for now. This is Ghostly Ones. I hope you enjoyed this talk and also the next installment of Dragonforce. Hopefully I will be finishing up the Dragonforce series because this is the last campaign of the story. And after I finish that, I will hopefully be playing more games, but if you guys wish to recommend me a game for me to play that I can record on my phone, or if I can find the right emulator or software to stream said games, then feel free to comment on the video below, and if you wish to share this around, please do. It will show much support, and it will show me how much I respect you guys and how much I love the fact that everyone tries their best to keep what they do and enjoy what they do, rather than become like the lolcows and people who still to this day will never find true happiness because without greed and having everything with them, all they have is nothing. But till then, this is Ghostly Wens, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody, and have a wonderful evening and night. And I will shout out all the content creators who have done their research on said content creators from the lolcow community, etc. And I wish you all a wonderful day, or night, or afternoon, depending on the time zone. But till then, I will see you all next time. Good night, everybody.